Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samiza. Today I am gonna show you 8 minimal monthly spread ideas for your bullet journal. Monthly log or monthly spread is an essential of bullet journaling because this is where you can organize your whole month. So in this video, we are gonna see some of the layouts that I've used previously. I am gonna share my thoughts about the layouts, and I also gonna show you guys how I use these layouts. We are gonna start with 4 different one-page monthly log layouts, and then we are gonna move to the standard 2-page spreads. So the first one is this vertical monthly log that I divided into 2 columns. To create this layout, I first went ahead and write down the dates and the days in vertical order at the center of the page. These dates and days also act as my divider to separate between my work and personal tasks. You can also use this column however you want, maybe for your assignments or homework. I like this kind of layout because it is easy to create. It gives me the overview of which tasks are due so that I can plan ahead. And if you guys have seen from my Instagram, I have used this layout in the past, but one thing I don't really like about this layout is it doesn't give me too many space to write down my tasks. So if I have multiple tasks on certain date, it will be a bit troublesome for me. But based on my experience, this layout is perfect for when I have less tasks on hand. It is easy, super minimal, and it doesn't take much time to create. The second layout is also one of the layouts I've done previously. This is a simple one-page layout with calendar view. So for this layout, I first create the section for the days with my Tombow photonoscape. Depending on your preference, if you don't like monochrome, you can also use your brush pen or any colored pen that you want to fill in this days section. And then I went ahead and divide this section with my silver gel pen. After I am done with that, I went ahead and draw some boxes for the days of the month. The size for each box is 3 × 4 grids. Also, in case you guys are wondering, I am using the standard fine liner that I usually use in my Plan With Me videos, which is the art line drawing system in the size of 0.2. You can also use any fine liner or pen that you prefer. Whatever supplies I use in this video is only for illustration purpose. You can get creative with your spreads. You can decorate your spreads with some doodles if you want. And if you prefer, you can also add some drop shadow just like how I show you guys here. I use the empty space underneath this calendar to divide my page into 2 sections, one for my notes and another one for my tasks. This is customizable. Some people use this section for their YouTube ideas, some use it for assignments, maybe homework, appointments, basically anything that you think will be functional for you. The space in this calendar is a bit small compared to the standard 2-page spreads, but I don't think it is a big issue because you have these sections where you can write down anything you need. So in terms of the functionality, I give this layout a solid 4 out of 5. The third layout is another one-page layout, which is quite similar with the previous layout, but this time around, instead of drawing the box for the calendar, I only use my Tombow dual brush pen in code N95 to divide the week. If you guys have seen my February Plan With Me video, and by the way, the link to that video is in my description box down below. My February monthly log is quite similar with this one, except that this is a one-page spread, whereas my February monthly log is a 2-page spread. The sizing for this calendar is the same with the previous one, which is 3 × 4 grids, including the gray line. I included my notes section underneath this calendar. That way I can jot down everything I need. And as I mentioned earlier, you can also add some decoration to your monthly spreads. You can draw some doodles to fit into your monthly theme. Again, this is optional. You can also use this space to add another section for your tasks. I personally like this open box layout because it gives me more space compared to the previous one. It also takes less time to create and it is still very neat and minimal. The next layout is somehow similar with the previous one. It still has the open box concept, but instead of using the grey Tombow dual brush pen to divide the week, I am using my fine liner to draw some lines to act as my divider. The sizing for this layout is a bit different and a bit smaller compared to the previous one. This time around, the size for each box is 3 × 3 grids. I know some of you want to have more sections in your monthly log. At the same time, you also want to include your doodles in the spread without sacrificing the section. If you get what I mean, you can do so just like how I show you guys here. Bullet journaling is about customizing your journal based on your needs. So some layouts maybe work for me but not for you. I do like to change my layout every now and then to see if the layout works, because if it works, I will probably use it again in the future. But if it doesn't, it's okay. It's always okay. I can always just turn to the next page and move on from it. The next layout is probably the most famous layout of all. I've seen a lot of people done this layout too many times. I am one of them. If you have seen some of my previous videos, I did actually use this kind of layout in the past. I personally like this layout because it gives me so much room for my tasks. I usually use 2-page layout whenever I have more tasks on hand. Also, as you can see, I am showing you how I normally draw or doodle my theme in my monthly spread in a way that everything is layered onto each other, like how to make the flower to look like it is on top of the box. I am not good at explaining things, but the trick is to know exactly the placement of the boxes and draw the flowers on top before you draw the boxes, if you get what I mean. The next spread is similar with the previous one, but instead of separating the boxes, I sort of combined the boxes that makes them look attached together, and the sizing for each box is 6 × 6 grids. After I am done drawing the boxes, I went ahead and write down the dates in each box, and as you guys can also see, I am using brown Crayola Super Tips for the date, but you can also use any color you want to fit in with your theme. I use the empty space on the right hand side for my to-do list and YouTube ideas, but again, this is up to you. You can also use this space to draw some doodles. The possibilities are endless. The next spread is also similar with the two previous spreads that I just showed to you guys today, but I sort of combined those two to create this spread. So for this spread, the size for each box is 5 times 5 grids, but the boxes are attached together just like the previous spread. With this layout, you can have more space in your spread for your doodles or for your to-do lists. The space in the boxes are spacious enough to write down your tasks. You can even have more space for your decoration. This is by far one of my favorite because, as I said before, I am a freelancer and I use my bullet journal mainly for my work. So I need something that is easy enough to create. I don't want to spend more time creating these spreads than I spend using them. So I need something that is easy on the eye and functional at the same time. The next and also the last layout I'm showing to you guys today is this simple open box layout that I've done multiple times before. So for this layout, the sizing for each box is 6 times 6 grids. As always, you can add your doodles according to your theme, but if you like it minimal, you can also just use different brush pens for the dates to act as your decoration. To complete this whole setup, I went ahead and used my grey Tombow dual brush pen for this notes section. So here's the final flip through of all the layouts we have done today. Again, what I showed to you guys today are fully customizable, so don't be afraid to get creative with your bullet journal. Alright guys, I hope you guys find some inspiration from this video. If you have any questions, you can always leave them down below in the comments section. And as I always say, I would really appreciate it if you guys can help me grow my channel by subscribing. Talk to you guys again in the next video. Until then, bye bye.